I just got through finishing listening to Lil Durk. My bad. Lil Durk mixtape, and it's not all that. To tell you the truth, it really ain't. Like he used hella auto tune, too much auto tune. Lil Durk got raw talent and he got potential. But at the end of the day, this mixtape was not worth the wait, man. And mind you, it's 3:05 a.m. A nigga should be asleep, but I had to get this out to y'all. You feel me? He needs to deliver that heat, man. Signed to the Streets one was cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was straight. It got a couple hits on there. But at the end of the day, I really don't see no growth in that shit. Like, he need to find his lane, and he need to be more creative. Using auto-tune is not gonna help. That didn't help. Like, I didn't understand that shit. Like, every fucking song down there had, like, auto-tune. That shit was whack to me, you know what I mean? But, this mixtape is not the best out of Chirac. No disrespect. King Louis right now, I salute you, bro. Like, you got the hottest shit out of Chirac right now. Nigga, keeping it a buck, Katie Got Band's mixtape is way doper than this nigga Durk shit. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want, call it how you want, but to me, her shit better than this nigga shit. You feel me? It got one producer on it, but it's different variations of sound and everything like that. That is how you supposed to do a mixtape for everything that's going on in Chirac, and I don't condone violence. Like, I get where he was coming from, you know what I mean, far as, you know, the sneak dissing and talking about certain shit, but it's nothing new to where the point, like, you can look at this nigga Twitter timeline to understand everything that going on in his mixtape. It's nothing really new. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit or the sneak dissing, you going at Sosa, whoever, what have you. Nigga, talk about what's going on now. Like, you was broke. The Signed to the Streets one, I get it. This is part two. Like, where's the growth at? You know, that's just my point of view. There's no standout songs on here to me. Maybe the last track, you did. I'll give them that. The last track is a standout song. Two of the joints we already heard. You know what I'm saying? But this mixtape, it was full of bullshit for it to be. It was supposed to drop June 2nd, right? And then it didn't drop. Then it was supposed to drop July 4th. Then we didn't get it till like yesterday. What was yesterday? 7th. I just ain't understanding that shit. But anyway, it got 18 songs, and it was too long. Pause. It should have just been 12 to 14. As far as features, you got French Montana, Johnny May Cash, Young Thug, of course, Migos, Cash Out. You know what I'm saying? That's basically it. I mean, I didn't get it. Like, no Lil Reese, no Lil Fredo Santana. Like, none of that whole 300 OTF shit. But the first song, Ready For Him, you know, the beat was hard. You know, his flow was cool. You got the street lyrics in there. The content was straight. You know what I mean? It had that little excerpt from Belly, the Jamaican dude, when they fit to go in there and pop his ass. You know, that shit was dope. Tenfold, the second song, that little nice little interlude was straight. You know, of course, he name dropped, you know, Lil Reese, Fredo Santana. Whether it was good or it was bad, he still name dropped him. So I wonder what's going to come from that. But the beat was dope. You know, it had like the little cops interlude in between his verses. Like, it'd be the verse. It was no hook. Like, you know, to hear the cops on a little, you know, walkie-talkie joint or whatever. His flow and shit was cool. The lyrics and shit was street. I got where he was coming from. Tenfold, you know what I mean? Y'all know what that means. So it is what it is. I got how he played off that with the name of the song with the cop little interlude shit. That was dope. War With Us, I definitely thought this song was going to be hard. But it's hard to take shit believable when you auto-tuning your lyrics and shit. I didn't really understand that. So the beat was straight. The hook was basic as fuck. You know what I mean? Too much auto-tune in his flow. It's like, that shit is annoying to listen to, my nigga. If niggas didn't like T-Pain for that shit, y'all gotta stop giving this nigga fucking props. Like, let's keep it real. Like, the two joints he had on Double XL, you know, mixtape was dope. You feel me? But his lyrics was okay on that song. It's just too much fucking auto-tune. Rumors, I thought that song would have been dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he delivered, was okay. You know what I mean? The beat was alright. The hook was weak as fuck. You know, basic as fuck. His flow was okay. But it was just filled with gun lyrics and shit like that. And at the end of the day, it's still the auto-tune gets in the way of actually him trying to deliver the shit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Number 5, Don't Take It. Dope beat. The hook was cool. You know, his flow is decent. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the lyrics is okay, but still, it's just like that auto-tune shit. Party featuring Young Thug. This was a bullshit record that was posted before his album. That song was fucking garbage. People was really saying that shit was tight. That shit was garbage, man. I made it. I was on the fence about it. Had to listen to it 4 times. 4 to like it. You know what I'm saying? But the beat was good. The fucking hook was good. Auto-tuned and a motherfucker on the hook. You know what I'm saying? Everything else about it was straight. The lyrics and shit. But too much auto-tune. Don't Know Me, weak as fuck, bro. Durk, you should have came harder than that. Like, that shit was fucking garbage. I couldn't even listen. I listened to about a minute of it and changed the shit to the next song. Feds listening, another song where I was like, alright, he gonna go hard. I'm rooting for this nigga. Don't get me fucked up. I'm not being a Durk hater. Like, I'm a supporter of him. Like, I try to give every nigga from Chirac they props, but it's just something about Durk that just, it's not there. It's there, but it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even fuck with Rondo number 9 like that, but at least his shit, you know what you gonna get when you hear a nigga like Rondo number 9. It's like Durk got his foot between the streets and the industry. Like, make up your mind. And he says that in the mixtape. You know what I mean? I might be a rapper, but I'm still in the streets with the shit. Like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, nigga, you can't be a drug dealer and be a rapper. Pick one. Like, I don't know. Like, that shit was just weird. But Feds listening was cool. The excerpt in that shit was pretty cool. You know, I fuck with that shit. That shit was dope. His flows and his lyrics, same shit. Nothing changed. Moving on. Number 10, What You Do To Me, a failed attempt at a ladies record. Like, this was on some whole T-Pain mixed with Drake type bullshit. And it's like, you should have just rapped. It doesn't sound right, this content he got with the auto-tune, because the beat is too soft, like a type of love ballad or whatever, but then the niggas going in there with the auto-tune and all that type of shit. And I was like, yo, this shit is fucking horrible. You know what I'm saying? But most likely, if he's smart, use that as a single. You know what I'm saying? For the ladies and shit. But it's no fucking way that if you're a real nigga, street nigga, whatever you want to call it, you can fuck with this record. Like, it's not, I didn't understand that. That shit was horrible. I Go featuring Johnny M. Cash, already heard it. Moving on, Lil Niggas featuring Migos and Cash Out. I was expecting them niggas saying how it's Migos when that Sosa, to at least do some name dropping. None of that shit. Cash Out to me had the best verse. I'm sorry. I don't even fuck with Migos. They shit was cool. Put it like that. The feature was better than the person that made the song. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow. But definitely Cash Out had the best verse on the song. Gas and Mud, wasn't feeling it. You know, because it's like, I just think he did that shit because of the trend of lean and weed. When have you ever heard this nigga in an interview looking like he was high as fuck or off lean and shit? Like, we seen what happened when artists use lean to do music. Does he really sound like he was off lean and shit? I think that was just a trendy song. Put it like that. Live It Up, wasn't fucking with that. Too much fucking auto-tune. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I'm still trying to, like, you know what I mean, do text and talk to y'all. But yeah, man, that shit, Live It Up, too much auto-tune, way too much auto-tune. Like, that shit crazy. At least if you're gonna do auto-tune, get somebody in there to perfect it or make it different. You know what I'm saying? Look what Kanye did. You know what I'm saying? He made this shit where it worked. Picture Perfect, already a song I heard. Moving on. Hell in My City, that song was straight. You know what I'm saying? Hard beat. I like his flow, the delivery, the hook, and the lyrics. You know what I mean? That's the type of lyrics and shit I was expecting, where it's like auto-tune, but then it's not. You know what I'm saying? That shit was cool. Ain't Did Shit, another song where it's like, why at the end of the mixtape you start being dope? You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on this nigga. Don't get it fucked up like I'm hating. Maybe y'all hearing something I don't, but this song, the mixtape wasn't all that. But Ain't Did Shit, number 17, dope beat. The hook was straight, you know what I'm saying? His flow was cool. You know, at least he was honest in his lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all can respect him for that, because, like, y'all niggas ain't did shit. Like, I respect records like that. That's the type of shit that where I want to hear from an artist like that, because we heard everything else, you know what I mean, with the first mixtape, Ain't No Joke, then Signed to the Streets. By this time, it's your, like, third or fourth project. Nigga, we should be hearing about what you going on in your life now, like, current events and shit that's going on in your city and shit. You know what I mean? Not the same bullshit, you dig? But the last song, Fly High featuring French Montana, that's like the best song on this motherfucker to me. You know what I mean? French did his thing. I love that sample. You know what I mean? The hook, both their flows and the lyrics, that shit was straight, man. But I don't get why French is not in here. He signed a nigga, but he's not, you know, in the studio with him picking, you know, certain elements to pit with the mixtape to take out. And it makes Coke Boys look bad, because look at Chinks Drugs. That mixtape was fire. You know what I'm saying? The Coke Boys 4 mixtape, dope. Like, why he couldn't rap like he did on that fucking mixtape, you know, and on Chink shit. You know, well, I didn't like his verse on Chink shit, but the Coke Boys shit, you know what I mean? Even his verse on Cocaine Riot 3 was dope, but it's like, I couldn't fuck with it. But I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I like 14 out of 18 records. Production is 7.5 out of 10, but he gotta do better, man. Like, I'm sorry, but this shit was not worth the wait. I would have rather him push that shit back or put this shit out between June 2nd and now. That's a month. You could have put out 2 mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like Durk gotta work hard. I don't want to get assigned to the Streets 3 because at that point it's just like you pushing it. Let that shit go. I think this is not the best Gangsta Grills that Drama has did. I don't know why he co-signed that shit. I get it. But at the end of the day, Durk still, out of the whole OTF shit, has the weakest catalog. So I'm moving forward to looking towards the SD, Fredo Santana, who else? Shit, Chief Keef to see what he gonna do, Lil Reese, everybody else, even like Gino Marley. Like, I don't get it. Like, at this point, he looking like Ball Out. Call it a hater, call it what you want, but it is what it is. I did not hating the nigga. I just think it's pieces of him that he should try to eliminate and try harder with to be a better artist. Because at this point, I don't get what the whole negotiation was to sign him, and he signing this label and that label. And it's like, none of this shit can be on billboards. That's the goal of being an artist, right? To get shit on billboard, to have singles so the label gets behind you, pause, and pushes your record. At this point, he might as well should stay independent. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, here it go. That's the review. Stay tuned for Young Scooter. I'm listening to that shit probably later on today. And the review should be up later tonight. I'm out, y'all. 1.